Apple is now offering lockdown mode to protect vulnerable people from spyware attacks. All of Apple's upcoming operating systems will have a security feature called lockdown mode that will protect high-risk users from spyware cyber attacks. It will be available in the autumn. Devices owned by activists, politicians, and journalists were infected with spyware after Apple's setting blocks certain functions and prevents unknown users from calling. Apple is suing Israeli spyware firm NSO Group, accusing it of targeting victims in 150 countries with its powerful Pegasus spyware. It could also infect iPhones and Android devices, allowing operators to obtain messages, photographs, and email communications, record conversations, and secretly activate microphones and cameras. NSO Group denies supplying Pegasus to military, law enforcement, and intelligence agencies from countries with good human rights records and insists its tools are made to target terrorists and criminals. Messages other than photos are blocked, as are some advanced features like link previews. Web browsing is limited to simple web technologies like just-in-time JavaScript compilation, which are disabled unless the user excludes a trusted site. When receiving an invitation to FaceTime, outgoing calls, or requests, incoming calls including FaceTime, are blocked if the user has not previously sent the initiator a call or request. Wired connections are blocked and the iPhone is locked. Apple says that at launch, lockdown mode will be available to all users in the device settings, but Apple suggests it should only be activated if someone is at risk of what it calls mercenary spyware attacks, for example, a journalist or opposition leader in a repressive regime. The global spyware trade targets human rights defenders, journalists, and dissidents, and facilitates violence, reinforces authoritarianism, and supports political repression, said Lori McGlinchey, Director of Technology and Society at the Ford Foundation, will oversee the grant. Apple plans to fight against highly targeted cyber attacks by making users. Apple has doubled the bounty it pays out to ethical hackers who discover security flaws in lockdown mode to $2 million, £1.7 million. $10 million will also be donated to a fund helping organizations expose the misuse of spyware. In November, U.S. officials placed NSO Group on a trade blacklist, alleging that the software has enabled foreign governments to conduct transnational repression, which is the targeting of dissidents, journalists, and activists. NSO Group is also being sued by WhatsApp for using the messaging service as a vehicle to spread Pegasus.